Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lumen. I'm a 7 Days to Die streamer on Twitch, and today I am doing a tutorial on structural integrity, how to build in 7 Days to Die. This information is valid for Alpha 19. If you're returning to the game after a break, you might find some of the block values have changed. So what I'm hoping to do is create a pretty concise video and just explain to you where to find the information you're looking for so that you can build successfully. So one of the things I think that confuses people, I've got a wood pillar here. One of the things I think that confuses people when they go to build is where it is calculated from. So anything on this stack is not calculated. The calculation comes from the block here that I upgraded. This is the block that the structural integrity for this placement is calculated off of. So anything coming off horizontally off of this block is calculated only here, not here. So for example, say I did this. And then I want to build out from that block. It doesn't matter that I've got a straw bale in there. As long as this is a wood frame, I can build vertically or horizontally from it. So that's what you're looking at when you're looking at your values. So wood blocks, any and all wood frames have the same values here. So even if you upgrade your frame, this guy here, whoops, let me go back here. That frame, that upgraded frame, it still has a mass of 5 and a horizontal support of 40. Likewise, any stone block, reinforced concrete, cobblestone, flagstone, they can all carry and support the same amount. This 10 and 20, or this 10 and 120 is the same for each block. The only thing that's changing is the hit points. How much HP does the block have before it's going to break? And the same thing when you're getting into steel, stainless steel, or iron blocks, 20 and 300. So they can support the most. So this calculation here, this block, its value is that it has a mass of 5 and it can support a weight of 40. So if you put a block that weighs 40 on the end of the or on the side of this, that's the most support you can do. You can't support any more. It will collapse if you try to add any further. So this here off of this front plate, this is the max number of blocks that I can place. Because the mass is 5 and the support is 40, I can support 8 blocks of the same mass. And I've got them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I do one more, it's going to fall. It can't support it. It can only support up to 8. So that's when you start to have problems when you're building something you're trying to put a roof on. The other thing I wanted to show you guys is vertical support. So that was something we have here on a hay bale. It can have something placed above it. So I can go above this block with another frame because it will support vertically. We're not talking about what you can place coming off the side of this. It doesn't have any support that way. And you can tell that because the horizontal support is 0. So if you put down, let's put this little guy on the ground. If I put down that campfire, because it doesn't have any, I have to go above here, because it doesn't have any vertical support, anything you put above it is going to collapse. So this guy can't support. If you're building, as long as it has vertical support, you can head up. Now, when you're looking at vertical support, though, this is the next thing that gets people. The assumption is that this block right here, let me use my upgrade tool. That block right there has continuous support from this spot all the way down to bedrock. If you go underground and start mining underneath these blocks, you're going to affect the structural integrity of how much that can support, because it's calculated from bedrock. So it's calculated from zero. If at, okay, what level am I at right now? My elevation is at 35. So if at elevation 20, I start making holes underneath my base, I'm going to affect how much this can support. So if I want to add additional support on, I can do things like this. Oops. I can do things like this to increase if I'm going to take that guy out. So this is what's happening when you're digging around underneath your base. You're saying, okay, I can dig this hole to get through to a mining shaft, but I need to make sure that I support around it, but you're still going to affect the structural integrity of this block because it's not contiguous all the way down to bedrock. So keep that in mind. A lot of people won't mine anywhere near their base. Maybe what they're building is right on the verge of structural integrity, and so they need to be really careful. Even if you're not, if you're just worried about it, like there's some things we don't really have the values for. And one of those things is farm plots. You know how much a farm plot is when you look at it and you go to place it in your inventory. You can look at the value of it, but it doesn't tell you what the weight of a farm plot will be when it's got a fully grown plant in it. So a lot of times people will plant farms on their roof and it'll be fine when they plant the seeds, but when the plants mature and they're fully grown, all of a sudden the roof collapses because there's no real way to know how much a fully mature corn stalk is going to add, how much weight that corn stalk is going to add to the farm plot and therefore affect your SI. If I was going to raise farm plots and build some sort of structure for them to sit on, I would probably be going with, here, let me get my creative menu on. Whoopsie. Okay, let's get some blocks in here so I can show you guys. These guys are probably, it's expensive to do steel blocks. So these guys are pretty easy to craft. And then these little guys, you can have your wood blocks, you're building, you can have whatever construction you've got here with wood or cobble or cement. But as soon as you want to go out, this one here is the one you're coming off of. So just like when we had the hay bale in here, this isn't going to, this block here and this block aren't going to affect how much this block can support. So you can use these to create a frame and then place your farm plots on top of these. They will carry that much more because they'll support 300. So if you support as often as you support with wood frames and only go out about 8, you've got a lot more weight that you can carry above and less likely to worry about something falling. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is it's based on the face of the block. So we're just keeping going with the wood blocks here because it's just easy and fast for me. So you got your wood frames and you're coming out this side and you're placing your 8 blocks. So we've got our 8 blocks on this side. So if this little guy can only support 40, then you're like, okay, then it can't go out, but that's per face. So each side can support. Then that's when it calculates this. This block here is being supported by this one as well as this one. So even though we've basically got our max support out this way, it's not going to collapse because I've only got 2 frames out this way. So it gets a little confusing when you're building and you're trying to get your base built, if you're having any problems, look at what you're building with. Look at if you're going to start building out vertically and you need it to be able to support more, make sure that your supports, what you're coming off of your supporting pillar, are upgraded first. I think that pretty much covers everything that we needed to go over. So basically, I just wanted to give you the tools of what you're looking at. Now, keep in mind, you've got to have these in your inventory in order to be able to see these values. As of Alpha 19, you at least have a standard with wood, stone, and steel blocks, and you know how much they can support, and then you can start doing your calculations from there. So I hope that helps you guys. If you have more questions, please leave some comments in the comment section below, or pop by my stream. I stream Monday through Thursday. I start at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm at Lumen on Twitch, and I'm more than happy to chat with you guys about that kind of stuff, or try and do some sort of a mock build for you to explain building. And if I can help you out in any way, I'm more than happy to. So you guys have a great day. Take it easy, and I'll see you around.